you.
I love it.
I'm not a boy. I'm a man. A big, strong man.
Alright, but we have plenty of content for the opening crawl.
Thank you for accidentally tuning in. This is Tablenauts. My name's Max.
I'm Josh.
I'm Jash.
And we are here today to talk about an idea that was shown to me by Board Game Barrage. They posted it in their podcast, and it was called 0 to 100. It's a situation, basically, if your entire board game collection burnt down. Just your collection, not your home, not your friends.
It's a very specific
just
fire.
Very specific fire. Yeah, the closet or shelf in which you store your games caught on fire. You caught it after that, but your games are gone.
Which, based off of the type of strip lighting that Max used, is an actual possibility. So I'm really glad you made this list for yourself.
That's true. In the future,
just in case.
I'll know.
You're planning.
Yeah. What would you bring back as your core game collection? And that's way harder than you think. If you follow me on Twitter, which most of you probably don't, but if you do,
self-burn.
I did tweet out probably like a week ago my $125 collection, and then the day after that I said, no, this ain't right. This is how I think. And it's been a week or two since then, and those tweets are also now moot at this point. I have a totally new collection brought to you again today. So we're going to be doing this mostly based off Card House. That's it's a full website retailer, but their physical location is kind of local to us, so I do use them more than anyone else.
Explain why you picked 125 specifically.
Because that's when you get free shipping on Card House. Yeah, that's the only reason why. So, we are going to start, we're going to each list off one game. We're going to go from cheapest to most expensive and just kind of build up to those big hitters if we have any of them. I don't know these people's list. They don't know my list except for the fact that it's sitting right in front of them on a brown piece of paper.
I can't read it.
But I think we're going to go.
I
can't read.
Let's just go ding-a-dink, over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Josh,
start us off.
Start with me. Okay.
And I want to know why the price. Like, tell us about it. Don't just tell me the name.
Tell us why it costs the amount that it does.
No. Why is it on your list? Why did this make the cut?
Yeah, that's fair.
For a $125
Okay,
game?
so my first game is Love Letter.
Okay.
It was $9.99.
That is good value.
So just $10.
Right. Yeah, it's it's the version that like comes in like a little bag.
Yeah, like
so
it's up there.
It's not. Oh yeah, it's that exact bag.
Which
that's
they
in
can't
frame.
see. It's
Okay.
not in frame.
You know, it's a good little filler game. You can play with like 2 to 4 people. I've actually gotten a lot of 2-player plays out of it with me and my wife. She really enjoys it. And then I think I played it at 3. I don't know if I've ever played it at 4. But it's pretty fun, you know, if you got like 20, 30 minutes to kill.
Yeah, it's very simple, easy. So, cheapest game on my list is The Resistance.
The Resistance.
To start us off, which is over there, but again, you can't see it. So that is...
So I've actually never played it before. So
okay, have you?
Yeah, I know it's similar to Coup. I've played Coup, but I've never played Resistance.
Sure. So it's similar to Coup, yeah, except that it's kind of team-based. So it's the one thing is the minimum 5-player count. And it's the same thing where the more players you get, the better it is. So for 5 players, there's going to be 3 members that are the Resistance and 2 members that are the spies. If you've played Among Us at all, it's essentially that.
That's cool.
And so the 2 spies know who the spies are, kind of like werewolves in One Night Ultimate Werewolf. If you played that, the Resistance doesn't know who the other Resistance are. And basically you go on missions and you send a certain amount of people. So if it's 5 people, they may send us 3 on missions. And then we put a check or a fail, or a pass or a fail in a deck of cards. And if they're all 3 passes, great, we succeeded. Maybe people think, whether we are or not, Resistance. And then if we put a fail in, it fails. The goal of the game is for the Resistance to get 3 passes or the spies to get 3 fails. Whichever one comes first, they are the winner. So that's all that game is. It's a good party game. That's the only party game, like true party game, that I have on my list.
Yeah.
I like those kind of games. I don't like being the liar. I like being the person who has to figure things out. I'm a terrible lying. I have no poker face, but when I figure I like the mystery and trying to figure things out.
That's Danielle. We'll start playing the Resistance and we'll pass out cards. She's like, nope, reshuffle. She's like, I'm not doing this. All right, Josh.
So mine is actually the same price, $13.49. But
And
it's not
the
game.
Resistance.
Well, I've never played the Resistance. Of course not.
That's a good point.
And mine is Star Realms Frontiers, which is a game that I didn't know existed until a year and a half ago. Yeah.
You been playing games that long? I think I just started playing board games like a year and a half ago. Like, not like, oh, I didn't know that game existed. I didn't know games existed back then.
Well, you did good then.
Yes.
I just want to dive in.
Yeah, Max is like, I didn't know what board games were, but this is going to become literally how people are going to identify.
This is my personality now.
I played it at Gen Con and really enjoyed it with Josh, actually.
Yeah.
And they were giving away free
Who's
copies.
Josh?
That guy.
I thought he was
Josh.
Sorry. I played it with him, and they were giving away free copies of the digital version.
Oh, yeah.
That you could get. And I was like, oh, cool. But I ended up just buying it because I enjoyed it so much. It's a game that you can play one-on-one, and it's a really good deck building, drafting game. But you can also play 4-player cooperatively, which is really cool. I like any game that you can play cooperatively, and the fact that it fills that drafting and 1v1 and 4v the game like vibe for only $13.50. Like that's really
right.
great.
You can also do this. It's solo too. The co-op mode. You can do that by yourself.
And if you ever are thinking, man, I want to spend even less, I think the game
it's like $3 less. Oh, digitally.
Digitally is like $5.
Yeah,
right?
I also got it on sale for 99 cents.
Yeah.
My next one costs.
I'm trying not to look at his list because it's like right there. I'm just like looking past
Max,
him.
stop.
I'm just like he's like holding it right there. I'm just like, go ahead, Josh.
So my next one costs $11.99.
Wow, you're cheap. My cheapest was $13.49.
It is
That's true.
Ultra Tiny Epic Galaxies.
Ultra tiny.
So
Epic Galaxies.
So Gameland Games, they have a series of tiny epic games.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all like a small rectangle. There's tiny epic galaxies, zombies, mechs, dinosaurs. I think there's a pirates coming out. There's all sorts of crazy things. But they recently released a version of 2 of their games called Tiny Ultra Tiny Epics.
He'll get there. He'll get there.
So it's the exact same game. It's Tiny Epic Galaxies.
Is it even tinier?
It's in like the size of like a deck of cards.
So
they have tiny little like square wooden pieces instead of their full like meeples, and it's the exact same game. And it's a really great game.
And it was $11.
$11.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Like, there's these different planets that you go and explore, and you have like energy and I think currency that you spend.
Cool.
And you try to gain that. You get victory points to win. And one thing, its big thing is its follow mechanic. So similar to
Fort or something like that.
Fort or Twilight Imperium, how you could sort of follow actions. So you can do that on here too. So it's like I'm going to do this to help me, but I might be able to help someone else if I do this. So I got to be careful about what I do.
Sure.
I think it actually got like an award for its solo play in like 2016,
Nice.
like around the year it came out.
Okay. My next game on the list comes in at $15.99, and it's Decrypto.
Ooh.
Now, have you all played Decrypto?
I played Decrypto with you.
Did we? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
I've
pretty
never played
sure.
before.
Maybe it was Warren then, but I definitely played it with you.
Okay. So Decrypto, it's a word game, kind of like along the same lines of Codenames.
Oh wait, no, I totally played it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We played it with Max.
In Danielle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. That game was fun.
This guy.
Thanks, Josh.
You're welcome,
I appreciate you.
Well, I just heard this title. I didn't even want to wait and listen to what it was.
You're Decrypto. I'm out.
So it shares that similar game type with Codenames. But for me and my player group, it's a little more gamey. A little less party-y, which that may be good or bad based off what you're looking for. But to me, Decrypto's so much fun. Not that Codenames isn't fun, but it fit over Codenames on my list just barely.
Gotcha.
It was between the two, and I just have a little bit more fun with that. Basically, I'm trying to write a word down to get you to guess what number is associated with that word hidden behind that thing. But I'm also trying to do it in such a way that's not so obvious, because the opposite team is going to be keeping track of which numbers are associated with which words and trying to guess the order in the near future. At every turn, they're like, "Oh, I think it's 1, 3, 2, 4," and if they're right, they get a point. And so you have to be like obvious enough so that your teammate can get it, but also at the same time decrypt it enough so that your opponents can't get it.
It's like the name of the game.
Decrypto.
Go ahead, Doolin.
All right, my next one is $20. I don't know how you guys are staying so low in price. But my next one is $20, and it's Sushi Go Party. It's such a good game. It's a game that it was between this or Azul, and Sushi Go Party was cheaper.
Really?
This is the game on my list that Emily and I play. Like we'll play the most out of my list. This is the game we'll play the most.
So, as someone who's only ever played Sushi Go, what's the main differences there?
Party actually adds just a whole bunch of new cards. It adds a board.
So like a bigger version of Sushi Go.
Yes.
Okay.
It opens up for more players. You can play up to 8 people instead of just 4. And it just
adds a party.
Yeah. And
it's a party.
It adds a bigger menu.
Okay.
I like it because and I added it specifically instead of just base Sushi Go because it's only like $8 more, and the replayability gets launched.
Yeah, I've played regular Sushi Go and really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not one I've played really any time lately.
Yeah,
right. It's been a while for me too.
I will say that base Sushi Go is great. If you want maximum replayability, go for the maximum.
I almost went
there. Go for Sushi Go Party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Good to know.
All right, back to me.
Back to you.
So, I don't want to waste time because my next one would be Star Realms Frontiers. Like you said,
13
and, I don't want to beat a dead horse. So I'm gonna go on to my next game.
No one said anything about that. That's gross. Why would you even bring that up?
My next game is $15.49. So if with Star Realms was $13.49.
Okay. Just real fast, like say something that why would Star Realms make your list specifically?
The same thing.
Yeah, the same thing.
Exact same thing.
The box is small. I don't think we mentioned this earlier, but the box is pretty small. It's smaller than even like the normal tiny Epic Games boxes.
Yeah, it's very tiny.
It's ultra tiny.
It's about, if you're familiar with the boxed version of Love Letter, it's like exactly that size.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not.
It's a good deck builder because deck builder are always fun.
Okay.
And it's just, I don't know, it's good. It's easy to learn, easy to teach, fun to play, not to eat.
Just for organization purposes, do we want to go ahead and keep going so we all have the same number in a row?
I think Josh actually has more on his list, though.
Oh, that's true. We might not have the same amount of...
That's fine.
Mine
it's just like Christmas gifts.
Okay, yeah, I only got 5, so this is great.
It's just like Christmas gifts. We all have the same price spent on us.
Right,
we don't necessarily have the same amount.
It's not fair. You have more boxes.
No, Josh, quit crying.
36, but last year I had 37.
but this year your gifts were much more than they were last year.
I don't care how big they are.
Well, I tell you what, get your stuff in the car. We'll buy you 2 new presents on the way there.
Thank you for that.
No problem. I can quote.
I thought you guys. Wait, what's that? What is that?
Okay.
That's what I thought. You sounded. I thought you guys were just making stuff up. I'm like, it sounds like a.
We're just riffing. We're brilliant.
I thought you were riffing. I was like, this is good. All right, so the next game on my list is Fake Artist Goes to New York.
Never played it.
It is $15.49.
This company's really cool.
This is the reason why I brought up Chameleon, because this game is actually a lot like Chameleon. Similar to a lot of the other games.
You didn't bring up Chameleon, though. He did.
So, Fake Artist Goes to New York is by a company called Oink Games. They're actually a Japanese board game company.
Yep.
And all of their games, similar to some of the other stuff that I've said, are very small.
I've heard of Oink.
This one is about...
It's in most of my daughter's books. But I've also heard of the company.
Oh, you know that circular thing where you pull the thing and it goes around it, and then it hits the pig and it goes moo because it's broken?
Right, and it's like... Just like that. Because the batteries are also low. But the size of the games, they're probably like the width is a little less than like a deck of cards. And then it's like thicker though. So they're about like, I don't know, like this big. And
we're not even paying attention. He's lost.
I'm listening. Hey, I'm all in.
Yeah, Doolin.
They're about this big.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, because if you tell me it's similar to the size of another game, I can't imagine.
Oh yeah. Fantasia strikes again. How do you say it?
Fantasia.
Fantasia.
A Fantasia strikes again. It's like freaking Mickey with his broom.
I got another one for you.
Oh, I don't know where we are now.
Max sees the company DreamWorks and just gets sad.
Yeah. Or like Dream doesn't work. So this game is functionally similar to Chameleon. It's like Chameleon mixed with like Pictionary. Because it's the same thing, like everyone has like one thing that they are drawing. one person doesn't know what they're drawing, so they're the fake artist.
Sure.
And you pass a paper around, and everyone draws like one line, and you have your own colored like pencil, so it's different. And so you're all collaborating and drawing on this paper.
I love that.
And
so
then
much.
after 2 rounds of going around, you all have to guess who doesn't know what you're drawing.
Okay, that sounds really fun. The next one on my list is $17.99. I'm still not over the $20 limit.
I'm already over it. It was on my second game, yeah.
$17.99, and it's Cartographers. Now, have either of you all played Cartographers?
No.
I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
So it's a roll and write. It's a flip and write, but it fits that same category as roll and write. And basically, you are being tasked with going out and basically coming back and making the best map, essentially.
I like
and
maps.
you're competing with other people to make the best map. You can play it solo, little different rules. There's also an application on the phone, which is really well done. Cartographers is a beautiful little roll and write, flip and write. And each time a card is flipped, it's going to have a biome like houses or trees or water or whatever, and a shape or two biomes, 2 shapes, could be 1, whatever.
It's
and then you
reminding
have
me
to
already
put
a
that,
lot of Welcome To, which is a game.
So it's along the same lines. The reason that Cartographers gets a bump, because Welcome To is one of my favorite flip and writes as well. The reason that Cartographers to me gets a bump is because honestly, I mean, it's just people that I play it with. My brother in particular loves Cartographers, and it's because it allows you to be artistic at the same time. So he takes it very seriously and like has a beautiful looking board at the end.
My third game is actually $20 as well.
Okay.
This game is extremely unique. I couldn't even find it on
Never
Card
heard
House.
of that one.
Thank you so much. It wasn't even on Card House. I had to find it on Amazon for the price. But it is a game called Fiasco, which is a book role-playing game. It's
I've
only
literally
a book.
never heard of it.
You use dice, and it's just a book. And
you might have heard of it on Tabletop with Will Wheaton.
Yeah,
I've never heard of it.
So essentially, in this game, it's less about winning and more about just telling a story with your friends. And so you and your buddies, who you gather your funniest and your most like improvisational friends. You each are assigned roles, and in the book they have probably 9 to 10. I might be overselling that a little bit, but a bunch of scenarios where you're given a setting, you're given a character, and then you're given the most important part is your weaknesses and what your goal is for the story. I will say that this game does such a good job of just making sure everybody has a good time.
Yeah,
it's so fun.
One of the things that you also establish at the beginning, if I remember correctly, is your relationship to other people.
Oh yeah, and
so,
you roll that.
Yeah, so you like roll, like maybe you rolled your character, and your character is like the mayor, and maybe someone else rolled, and their character is like the baker. But then also you all rolled, and because of your rolls, you all are secretly having an affair together.
Yeah. And it's always ridiculous stuff too. The way that people are related, like you could roll that you're the sheriff, and I could roll that I am a thief, and my goal is to steal things from the town, and your goal is to make sure nobody steals anything, and we're brothers. So like that just opens up so many opportunities. Yeah, it's a great game.
That sounds really fun. I've literally never heard of it.
I have forgotten about it for a while until you said that. It's so much fun when we played it.
I wanted a role-playing game on my list.
Sure.
And this was the cheapest as well as one of the best. Like, it's a great game.
So, to make up for all of my ones so far that have been under 20, we're having quite a jump.
Okay.
We're going to $31.49.
Oh, wow. Wasn't your last one like $15?
Yes, it was. So we're double the price, and part of me is mad that it costs this much. Patchwork is the game.
I knew it when you said the price. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Patchwork. Yeah, that does seem costly.
Yeah, it does seem costly. I'm pretty sure I didn't get it for that much. I'm pretty sure I've seen it retail for cheaper than that. But it's a 2-player game. It's set up like there's like a small board. It goes around in a circle, and you have all these different pieces, like Tetris-looking pieces. What's the word you use?
Polyomino.
Polyominoes? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you have like a place that gets started at the center, so you can pick from 3 pieces in a row. And then whenever you pick one, you move the thing forward, and then the next player can pick from the next 3. Well, it's a really good 2-player game. My wife loves it. I played it with her a lot. Sometimes she doesn't like to play board games, but this one, every single time, I'm like, want to play Patchwork? She's like, yo, let's play Patchwork, because that's how she talks.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's a really good 2-player game. It's probably one of the best 2-player games that I've played.
After having just played it for the first time, Azul at $27.49.
So I can't believe it's on your list. And spoilers, not mine. That's crazy.
It does. I've only played it once with you, twice with Danielle, and 4 times with my parents.
Yeah.
But
Only played it. Dude, you played it 7 times in a week.
in a week. That's what I'm saying.
It's a great game.
At the lake, we played it 3 times with my parents.
Have
we
you
went
won
over
it all?
there. Yes.
Awesome.
I have one.
Me too.
My mom, though, is really good, but, like, we think she's cheating.
Yeah.
Like, not even kidding. We know she cheated once. She got, like, 97. And the next game, she was like, yeah, this is worth it. And I'm like, no, that's not. Azul makes my list, having just played it for the first time. Mostly because it's a game that my family really took to.
Yeah.
And I like it. But there are other games that I could probably fit, maybe even 2 games that I could fit in for the price of Azul. But I've played it 7 times in the past week.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is a game that belongs in your budget collection because you're going to play it often, and that's what I'm looking for now, is not necessarily like what games that I love the most, but what games are going to be worth it for me to have in my collection that I will still be able to play board games regularly.
And if you like drafting games, that's one of the cheapest drafting games I've seen.
Azul is on my list, and I'm down to 1 final game.
Yeah, I think after this is the last round.
I have 2.
Right, but you...
But yeah, I am next. So this one...
Yeah, hold on, I have 2.
Whoa. Don't forget about me.
So one game that continually finds its way in, regardless of if it's just me and my wife, or if it's me and my parents, or me and my large group of friends. This is the perfect game for a party group. It's the perfect game for like a lot of settings.
Oh, I know what this is.
Mysterium is great.
There it is.
It did not fit in my budget, so I picked the cheaper version that I have not even played yet, but it's the new version, which actually makes sense. If I'm thinking about things that it burns all down, I might not immediately buy Mysterium because me and my wife has literally almost memorized the cards.
Sure.
And we know how, so a new version for cheaper that fits into my budget better would appeal to me more. So Mysterium Park, which is a game that is supposed to come out later this year, but you can at least pre-order it. And I will probably purchase it immediately. Maybe we can play it on this channel or something. But
probably not.
It's supposed to be the same as Mysterium, except it's got this circus theme.
Yeah.
Which I just think is super cool. Like
the clowns.
Oh, it's gonna be spoopy.
Yeah.
It's very spoopy.
But like all of the places in it are going to be like carnival games and carnival places.
I think that sounds
really
really cool.
Sounds really neat.
Finish your list out there, Jay.
All right.
So give us the expensive item that you have, and I think I probably know.
How much is it?
All right. So this was
how much is it?
This was the first game that I chose for this list.
Yeah, we know.
It is $40.
I can't believe you spent $41 on this piece of crap.
It is begrudgingly.
It is a good game.
It's garbage.
$40.49. It is Pandemic. Even though I swear I bought this game for a lot less than $40 like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
But this game, I feel like it is the perfect gateway game. You know, it's better than Catan, but I feel like it is a little still accessible enough. Like, it's like one level above Catan. Because Catan, people who don't play board games will probably hear Catan. They're like, oh yeah, I'll try that out. I feel like Pandemic is at that level now. To where if someone knows even a little bit about board games, they hear Pandemic, they're like, oh yeah, maybe I'll try that one out. There's different difficulty levels. You can put in different epidemic cards for like how many people you have. And it's fun. It's replayable and a little bit topical right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, Pandemic's fine.
Yeah, Max, it is.
I don't love it.
It's ridiculous that it's still $40.
My wife doesn't like it, so that probably has a play in why I'm not like super into it. All right, my last game on my list comes in at a whopping $44.
Ooh, that's more than Pandemic.
And you can't even talk about it because neither of you have played it.
What is it?
It's Quacks of Quedlinburg.
Oh! I know nothing about that game.
Yeah,
So
sell
Quacks
us
of
on this.
Quedlinburg fills out my list. Total $119.95. We're gonna throw in a deck of cards or some sleeves in there. That's all I have left for.
Yeah.
But Quacks brings me to $119.95. Now, this is a game that is fairly new. It's a German game. It's made by North Star Games. It's a
Quacks.
push your luck game, and you're competing in a fair basically, and your aim is to build or make the best potion or whatever it is. I don't know the exact thematics behind it, but essentially, your aim is to make the best potion for a fair. And you have these different rounds, and you have to draw little things out of a bag and put them on your board. And there comes a point where you have to make decisions of, do I keep pressing to get more points and more buying power, or do I stop? But if you keep pressing, you might explode. So Quacks is a great game that I had to add to my list. It's funny, though, because it's not on my shelf.
Yeah.
Now, if you look back here, I do have the Herb Witches expansion in shrink wrap. And this, along with kind of the same way that Azul and Cartographers made my list, are because when I play board games, I'll have fun really no matter what I'm playing.
Yeah. You get really attached really fast.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that other people are having fun. And that's the same way with Azul and Cartographers, the same way with Quacks, is that everyone I've introduced to this game has, really liked it.
Mine is actually the exact same price, $45.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hit me.
And this
I want
is
to guess.
one...
Hold on. $45.
Yeah. I'll let you guys guess.
Give me a genre.
Nope.
Nope.
I knew I would be able to guess it.
Yeah.
$45.
I'm trying to think of games that we played a lot together.
Have we ever played it?
I'm not saying.
Last Night on Earth, is that it?
Oh, wait, Zombicide.
Oh, wait.
Zombicide.
Zombicide Green
No?
Boys.
Zombicide's too expensive. It's Black Plague.
I
and
figured
Green,
$45 is
Black
fine.
Plague. Josh is actually exactly right.
Yeah, Last Night on
It's
Earth.
Last Night on Earth.
Last Night on
Anyone,
Earth.
Dude, it's so good.
Let me
Last
sell you
Night
on.
on
Let
Earth.
me sell you on this game. It is the best.
I've
game
never even
ever.
heard of that.
Last Night on Earth is a miniatures game, which anybody who knows me knows I love miniatures.
He does.
I had to add a miniatures game to my list that was affordable, but this one is fantastic. It has so much in this tiny amount of money, which $44 is a lot of money. But
Right, yeah.
it's a huge board that you change every single time because it has multiple different types of places. It's set in essentially a small town feel. So you have a bunch of different characters that it's 1v everyone else. And so the one person controls all the zombies. Everyone else plays zombie movie trope characters.
Yeah, like 80s movies.
Yeah, so you have the
trophy.
quarterback, you have the geek, you have the loner, you have the cheerleader, you have the quiet girl, you have the sheriff. All these characters that are so cool, and I think there's 10, so you're not going to play all of them the first time, which is great. There's 5 to 6 different campaigns. So it's so replayable.
I've never even heard of it.
And to top it all off, it comes with a soundtrack CD
It's
that
so
you're supposed
good.
to play as ambiance in the background.
That's cool.
That is so cool.
That's cool.
And I just remember playing it for the first time and immediately falling in love with that game. And it's
Yeah, with
such
super cheesy 80s
good
horror
game.
music in the
And
background.
I love that though. I love the 80s horror
Oh, yeah.
horror
Yeah.
genre.
It's great.
$45 is a lot on my. It's a lot.
What was
on
your
my
most
list, but
expensive?
it's
Oh,
great.
Pandemic.
Yeah, so boys,
I think
what
we
are our
definitely
totals?
won as far as expensive games.
There's a winner in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of, tell us who you like best. It's probably not going to be me, and that's fine.
So what were our
But
totals? That put me
$119.95.
at, let's see,
Mine was
$122.94.
Mine was $122.50.
So he was the closest to 125.
Yeah. So you win.
Yeah.
Good
You
job.
win.
And I had the most games too.
Yeah.
That's it. You did it. You done good.
I did it.
All right, well, we just
I
had fun
did.
doing this. Thought it would be an interesting idea. Thank you to Board Game Barrage for even thinking of the idea and promoting it.
Yeah.
All right, this has been Tablenauts. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you back here next time. Again, let us know on Twitter or in the comments whatever you think your budgeted games would be. We'd love to hear it.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.